Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Master Builders. So glad to see everyone this morning. I'm glad you've joined. And if you're joining at 8:30, this lets me know that you are ready for the day. You're ready to hear the good information that we have to give to you. And we also know that you're ready to start your year off right. So this morning, like Master Builder does, we will start off in prayer. But I just hope that everybody has your pen and your paper ready to take notes. I hope you have your goals set already in your mind so you can figure out the ways that we need to do to achieve it. And I hope you're ready for these great speakers. So as we go into prayer, just keep in mind your goals and the things that you want out of Master Builders today. So, dear Heavenly Father God, we thank you for bringing us here this morning. We thank you for your grace and your kindness and your mercy towards us, Lord God. We thank you for just bringing us to this new year, oh God. We thank you for the ideas that you're giving us. We thank you for the goals, the big, audacious goals, oh God, that you're giving us right now, Lord. We ask that you touch every mind today, oh God. Touch their minds, touch their ambitions, touch their dreams, touch their vision, oh God, and make it bigger than what they can even imagine, oh God. Oh God, I know that you are capable of giving way more than we can ask, exceedingly abundantly, oh God. So God, we just ask, instead of us taking a little slice of the cake, Lord, that we get hungry for the whole cake, Lord. Help us all to reach those goals. Give us the tools, oh God, like Master Builders and our speakers today to be able to reach those goals as well, oh God. Keep us, oh God, as we are on this prayer this morning and on this call this morning, oh God. Open up our eyes and our ears to the information. And oh God, don't let us leave with just hearing, oh God, but let us go and do the work as well, oh God. Help us to strengthen ourselves within this group and in this organization, Lord. Let us reach out to one another to help everyone build each other up, oh God, as you have called us to be unified. And Lord, if you and everybody who's on this call, Lord God, and under the sound of my voice right now, I just ask that you send blessings their way, send vision their way, send your ways to them, oh God. And oh God, we just will give you great thanks and we will praise you and give you all the glory and the honor that is due you, Lord, because we know that you're capable of doing it, oh God. And just give our hands, oh God, to the ability and the capability to do the things that we dream for, Lord God. Give us the strategies that we need. And Lord, if our goals are small, no matter what they are, small or big, Lord, we know that you will build upon it. You'll give us the vision that we need, Lord. And we just thank you for it, Lord God. And we give you glory and honor in all that you do, oh God. In Jesus' name we pray and we thank you. So this morning, I just hope y'all enjoy, and we know that you'll do great in this year, 2020. And if you haven't joined Master Builders, join now, because I'm telling you, this is the year that your goals are going to get exactly what you put into it. So put in with the work, everyone, and we'll be glad to see you succeed this year. Thank you.
Hello, Master Builders. I am so excited to be with you all today. My name is Chantel Stubbs, and I am the owner of Girl with the Camera Photography. Again, I'm super excited to be here to read our core values and mission statement to you all today. So I'm going to do that now. And if we were in person, we would do a call and response. And I think there's something important about being able to say some things aloud. So even right where you are, after I say it aloud to yourself. These are great core values to have. So our core values are: be punctual, okay? Be dependable, be excellent, be detailed and be passionate and motivated, be optimistic and positive, be hungry and studious, be supportive, be benevolent, and lastly, be ethical. And the mission that we have at Master Builders is developing people, building businesses, and establishing financial futures. And I just want to give you guys a tidbit of how Master Builders has been doing that work, and it has manifested itself into my life, right? So they have developed me. I remember coming to Master Builders around 2015, 2016, and I was just this girl in college and kind of not quite sure of everything that I wanted to do. I knew what other people wanted of me, and so I followed their path for me. But being a part of Master Builders just allowed for me to be confident in the God-given talent and vision that God had for me, and to walk boldly into that. And within being a part of Master Builders, I have, built two businesses. I started Girl with the Camera Photography as an official business in 2020, but I had been taking pictures. But just even to go from being scared and only having it as a hobby to moving, even while I was still afraid. So doing it afraid, right? And actually creating my business, I have seen tremendous growth. And in 2020, I also started an apologetics group called Break Bread Apologetics that focuses on helping Christians understand why they believe what they believe through an apologetic tool. And so I will just say one of the core values that really has been present in my life, especially in my building of my businesses right now, is the whole being hungry and studious. I think for a lot of us, we are passionate and motivated, and I looked up those definitions, and they have to do with desire. Passion has to do with an uncontrollable emotion. But how many of us know that once you start to have a conscious and controlled desire and an intentional steps towards something, you start seeing tremendous change, right? And so today I'm challenging everybody to be hungry and studious. It's not enough just to be hungry. You have to study where the food is, where the best quality of food is. We have so many steakhouses. We have so many vegan places in Louisville. And I'm pretty sure if you're watching from another state, you have some of these places in your city, but you got to study which place got the best steak, honey, which place got the best vegan steak, the cauliflower steak, which place has the best thing for you, and start walking towards that. If we're going to set audacious goals and go after the big dreams and the big things, you have to be hungry and studious. And I can say, and I'm a testament that after my first year of business, I made profit. I worked with 50 clients. I see my followers literally within the first 2 weeks of this new year on my Instagram platform. I went from 2,000 followers to 6,500 followers. So I'm just telling you that if you are hungry and studious, you will see yourself be developed, you will see your business built, and you will see the establishment of your financial future. Thank you all for being on this call with us this morning, and get ready because I know that they got some good gems in store for you. So let's take notes and let's be intentional. Thank you.
Well, welcome, Master Builders Academy. Welcome to everybody. This is a brand new year. We are so excited for you to be able to join us this morning. I want you just to take a look at all those that are in the chat. Say hi to somebody. Let them know. Listen, I want you to just look at them and know that these are the people that are grinding this morning. These are the people that have decided in this year, we're going to handle our business. All right. In this year, we're going to take care of everything that we said. Listen, we're not going to get to the end of 2022 talking about, well, I guess I didn't do much this year. I'm going to work on it next year. Nah, this is the year we're going to handle our business. I want to appreciate Chantel for coming on, setting us up with our core values. And I want to appreciate all the team that's come back. Listen, we have planned out what should be the most fantastic year for all those that are part of Master Builders Academy. We have literally, I can't tell it right now, but we'll have somebody come back and talk about it. But I just want to let you know, this is your year. Why don't y'all just start off by putting that in the chat for me? Somebody put in the chat for me, this is my year. All right? This is my year. All right? You got to start putting it out in the atmosphere. This is my year that I won't be lazy. This is my year that I'm going to get past my fears. This is my year that I'm going to accomplish not one goal, not two goals. Everything that I put myself to, we're going to get it done this morning. We're going to get it done this year. So I want to just challenge you. Listen, this particular forum, we're going to be talking about how you set your goals. But we didn't want you to just be, listen, sometimes when we don't accomplish, we're struggling to accomplish our goals. Sometimes we come into a year and we decide, well, I'm gonna just try this little bitty goal. And I want you, right off the bat, as you sit here with Master Builders Academy, I want you to already put in your mind that goal that you set is too small. So that's what I want to talk to you this morning about. We want you to push past that small goal. We want you to push past that goal that you've had in mind. And we want to take you to a big, audacious goal. Listen, I can't even spell audacious, but I do know that audacious means a willingness to take bold and courageous risks. All right? A willingness to take bold and courageous risks. And so our first speaker is going to come, and I want Miss Dana. Miss Dana Smith is going to come, and she's going to talk about how you're going to set that audacious goal. Now, if you know anything about Miss Dana is a real estate investor. All right. When we first met, I don't think she was a real estate investor 2 years ago. But after being a part of Master Builders Academy, now she's one of the big dogs. And I hope she'll share a testimony a little bit with you. But I want you to receive now Miss Dana Spencer, real estate guru is what I'm gonna call her. Thank you, Miss Dana.
Well, good morning, Master Builders. Oh my goodness, I'm super excited. Well, we heard from Sister Chantel, right? And I can remember one of my first forums where Chantel was speaking, and she was talking about being your authentic self. And I took that and ran. So I had an interview. I was my authentic self. I landed the job and received an 18% increase in my salary. Somebody say 18% increase. And so just so you know, Master Builders Academy is for real, and we're not playing. And then with what Michael Ford was saying is that he's right. When I was at my first Master Builders Academy meeting, we broke out into sessions, and I remember talking to John Mays, and he said to me, "Are you using your side hustle income to buy real estate?" And I just looked at him like a deer in the headlight. But I could. So I'm just telling you, just these questions. And I hope I can ask you some questions today that will get you thinking, just like the question that John Mays asked me got me thinking and changed the rest of the trajectory in my life. So Pastor Ford already talked about what audacious means, but I'm just going to go over it again, showing a willingness to take surprisingly bold risk. A compelling long-term goal that is intriguing enough to inspire you to take action. So we're boiling big down to say this. It's that goal that is bold, risky, intriguing, inspirational enough to compel you to take action. So what is it that you need to dream about that will motivate you to take action? Maybe it's solving the affordable housing crisis. In Jefferson County alone, we are short like 30,000 houses. Or maybe it just does something to your spirit when you see those tents under those overpasses. Maybe you want to solve the foster care crisis. There's over 10,000 kids in the foster care system in Kentucky alone. Maybe you want to provide clean water in a third world country. I went to Tanzania, Africa in February of 2020, and I'm telling you, what your eyes see will impact your heart. Or maybe you have the solution for the problem with gun violence. Or maybe you have a solution for teen pregnancy. Or maybe you want to start a nonprofit. I mean, we could be here all day. What problem has the Lord burdened you to help solve? Such that if you could work on your passion, it would inspire you to take action every single day. Maybe you want to spend more time with the grandchildren. Maybe your grandchildren live across the country. Maybe you want to be able to go up the flight of steps without getting out of breath. Maybe you want to run a marathon. Maybe you want to lose 100 pounds. Maybe you want to retire young. So think about this. Think about the last time you went on vacation. Drop in the comments, where is your favorite place to travel? I'll give you an example. I went to Sumter, South Carolina for Christmas and visited my nephew whose fiance just had a beautiful baby girl. And I knew then that Sumter, South Carolina was someplace that I wanted to visit on a regular basis. I dropped $600 that week for a hotel stay. And I thought to myself, what if I bought a house here? Because I know that I'm going to want to go there on a regular basis. Wherever you want to travel, you're going to want to go there on a regular basis. So why don't you have a house there? Why don't you have a vacation rental? We are in 2022. You can work virtually from anywhere. So why don't you have a house in that place where you want to go? Maybe the grandkids are there. Maybe you've got a new great niece there. What is it for you? Why don't you have a piece of property there? If I buy a piece of property in Sumter, South Carolina, then I can stay whenever I want to. My family can stay there whenever I want to. So that's what we mean when we're talking about big, audacious goals. Think bigger. And then think about this. Think about Noah, right? Noah walked with God, and God challenged Noah to build an ark. How many would agree that building an ark is a big, audacious goal? The Lord said, I want it to be 300 cubits long. I want it to be 50 cubits wide. I want it to be 30 cubits in length. And no, I'm sure Noah was like, what? He had never built an ark before. He didn't know how to build an ark. But guess what? God told him exactly how to do it. It was something that Noah had never even heard of. But God gave him a plan. And he even gave them boys, Shem, Ham, Japheth, them boys gonna help you build that ark, right? So maybe you don't have family members that will help you. And maybe you don't have a community of people that will help you build your audacious ark-size goal. That's what Master Builders Academy is. We are the Hams, the Shems, the Japheths that are going to rally around you to help you with that big, audacious goal. Right? So here's what I want you to do. I want you to post in the chat your goals. So I've thrown out a lot of questions at you, and I hope that your creative juices are flowing and that you're thinking, man, I want to do this or I want to do that. So here's how I want you to phrase it, and then I want you to drop it in the chat. I want to, you fill in the blank, so that, how's that going to make you feel? So here's an example. I want to buy a house in Sumter, South Carolina, so that I can visit my nephew and his family whenever I want. So you get it, what I'm saying? I'll give you another example. I want to start a nonprofit so that I help solve the homeless crisis. So you get what I'm saying? So you post in the chat, I want to, you fill in the blank, so that, and how is that going to make you feel to accomplish that goal? So just thinking about Noah and when he told his friends, hey, the Lord told me he wants me to build an ark. What do you think they did? They laughed at him. You about to do what? What's water? What's a flood? The Lord told you to do what? And they were laughing at him. And guess what? They're going to laugh at you. My friends laugh at me all the time, right? And because I got a new goal every week, you got to talk to me on a regular basis because my goal is going to change. So that big ark-size audacious goal, they're going to laugh at you. But guess what? They laughed at Noah, but when that water started coming, what happened to them people that was laughing? They drowned, right? So we don't want you drowning because the flood is coming. So that's what I got for you today. Master Builders Academy. What is your big, audacious goal? Post it in the chat. You can't do it by yourself. Relationships are everything. Somebody drop that in the chat. Relationships are everything. You need other people. You cannot accomplish your big, audacious goal by yourself. Noah couldn't build an ark by himself. He needed some people to help him. You need some people. Don't be that person that's siloed and say, oh, I'm not going to tell nobody my goal because I don't want them to do my goal. But guess what? Nobody else wants. Okay, maybe somebody else wants to do your goal, but chances are nobody else wants to do your goal Your goal is for you. What God has for you, it is for you. And I'm going to leave you with this as to why you need to tell other people your goal. I was in the coffee shop because, that's what I do. So I was in a coffee shop yesterday and I was talking to the lady that owns Brew and Sip out on Shepherdsville Road. And I was talking to her and just having a conversation. The Lord is doing some amazing things with her business. And I was saying, well, did you build this to scale up? Are you opening additional locations? And she said, yes, I wanted to open, I think 3 locations by 2023 or something like that. And I thought to myself, wouldn't it be cool to have a coffee shop on one floor and then the top floor is where I live or where 2 or 3 or 4 apartments, and have her coffee shop on the bottom. And in the morning when I wake up, I go down and have coffee and fellowship with the community of people, right? I just want you to think about your big, audacious goals. And guess what? Let's accomplish that in the first quarter so that we can do something else in the second quarter and the third quarter and the fourth quarter. So that's what I got for you. Let's accomplish our big, audacious goal. And I know you're saying, how are we going to do that? We got John Mays, and he's going to share with us how we are going to accomplish that big, audacious goal.
Thank you, Dana. I'm not John Mays, but I appreciate Dana. Dana, fantastic job. Listen, I want y'all to see something. I hope y'all were inspired by Dana. I love the fact that Dana talked about that big goal, that big dream. I love the examples that she's given us. And I'm telling you, sometimes we're thinking too small. Like we're so convinced that we can't do the big thing. And I'm telling you, you can do the big thing. And I love the fact that she says, don't just say this is the goal, but actually tell us, have in mind what the why is. Why do I have that goal? Why do I want that thing? All right. And I'm telling you, I promise you, it can be accomplished. All right. You're not, I know in your mind, I love the fact she talked about that our family members are our friends. The moment you say, I'm going to do something, I'm accomplish something, trust me, they're going to talk about you. Trust me, they're going to laugh at you. But guess what? He who laughs, something like that. I don't know how it even go. I just know that at the end of the day, these same people, when you get your new house, you get your new properties, you get that new money, you get that whatever, that new business, guess who's coming? The people that laughed, watch them come and say, how'd you do this? Who helped you with this? Those same people. Listen to me. I'm telling you, what she said is so powerful. I love the fact that she called us. She said we like Master Builders Academy is like Ham, Sham, and Japheth. Like you Noah, and we here to help you build your ark. That was powerful, Dana. Great job. Listen, I hope you took down the definition too. Remember, make sure that audacious means that bold, that adventurous, right? That courageous risk that you're gonna take. All right. Stop being scared. Somebody put that in the chat for me. Stop being scared. 2022 is the year of big, audacious goals. All right. The door is wide open for us, people. Listen, so I want to bring, she mentioned John May, so I got to bring him up. Let's bring in John. I want John to talk about, like, how can you hit that goal? Like, how can you actually hit that big, audacious goal? And how do you take the limits off of your mind to be able to accomplish that thing? So, without further ado, let me bring in John Mays, the Believe You Can man. John Mays, talk to us.
Master Builders. Oh, man, we back. We back, Master Builders. And I'm telling you, this is going to be a phenomenal year. Hey, Dana just crushed it because I had forgot that I was supposed to get Joy Mays a house in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. So I need to accelerate that thought on my goal sheet. We need to go ahead and get a couple vacation rentals, so we got some options over there, and then we could pick different neighborhoods over there that we want to rest our head in when we get a chance to go get some respite. I appreciate you, Dana. I appreciate you, Chantel, not only just for being a girl with a camera, but being a girl with a bad business. I'm telling you, if you're not dealing with girl with a camera photography or DMCB, I'm telling you, you're missing out. But I'm telling you, this sister got it going on. She got a fantastic business. Get your brand right. I did. Suggest you do too. All right. So now it's time to get into 2022. I know y'all excited. Y'all, some of y'all out there was just like me in 2022. Hands raised like this, all in the watch night service. You was sitting up there on the first talking about, yes, Lord, yes. You danced, you shouted, you sweated. You was all the way excited. You said, this is my year. You even wrote it in the chat. Okay, and we believe it, and we feel it on the inside. So how are we going to actually get there? What are the steps that we're going to be able to take to make it? You know, what I found is, and see, they say, John, say, how you going to make it? Well, first thing you really got to establish is, do you really believe all the stuff you just claimed? Do you really believe it? Oh, man, now it's time for the hard part of the message, because I'm talking to somebody right here. Right now, woke is popular. Right now, being in personal development and self-development is cool. Having the tightest quote on Facebook and Instagram is cool. And now I look like I'm the person who has this massive faith. Now I look like the person who's massively driven, even though I'm putting things in the atmosphere that I don't fully believe are going to happen. And so you'll know if you're one of these people, if you continually set goals that are so far out that your mind doesn't have any reason to believe that that thing is actually going to happen. And so we'll set things that are so ridiculous to make us sound like we're woke when we really don't believe a thing is possible. So the first thing we need to do is add some belief to our goals. We have to truly on the inside believe that this thing is going to happen, not that I'm going to put this out there because I want some attention or some validation from others. I could make a quote, a tweet about my goals, or I could put it on Facebook and show you my goals and then put it where people would give me a bunch of likes and they would make a bunch of comments. You better go. And they would do all these different things, you know, because I want some validation behind that, or I want some attention because I need something to fuel me up. You can't look for external validation as the number one piece. It's got to be an internal piece. You got to fully believe that the thing that you doing is going to happen. You got to believe it in the wholeness of your being that it's going to happen and it's going to come to full fruition. And so that is going to be the number one key. You say, John, let's make it plain. I'm going to make it all the way plain. Yeah, y'all know full well, I've been talking master builders now. It's been 6 years we've been over here talking. And I'm going to tell you, the Lord's been blessing us all 6 years because I had to take a look back at all the goals from all these different years. And I tell you, each year, not only are we going to make a big, audacious goal that's so scary, we probably going to be in here crying. We're going to be in here stretching. It's going to stretch our mind, our resources, our time. It's going to make us grow. But we're not only going to do it, we're going to write it down. We're going to type it out, and we're going to even laminate the paper so that it can't get spills on it, can't be destroyed. And we hang these all over our house. And so I pulled out one just as a reminder, and this one is from 2019. But before I get to this 2019 paper of big, audacious goals in 2019, I want to tell you about 2018. In 2018, me and Joy Mays got our first rental property. And we had been shooting for that because in 2017, that was our big audacious goal. And we didn't happen to get it in 2017 like we wanted to. We got it in 2018 in February at the beginning of the year. We had it in contract in December. And so we were thankful for that. And so we got that first one in February of 2018. By through the end of 2018, we had acquired 4 properties. At that point, all of them were vacant. All of them needed significant repairs. One of them had a bad tenant. The other one had just been robbed to the point where thousands of dollars worth of materials were gone. My bank account was almost on E. And I can remember being in the vestibule of Christ Temple looking at our president, Michael Ford Jr., and we had to look at each other, and I had to make a tough decision on whether or not I was going to continue or whether I was going to stop. And so that's why I'm so thankful for Master Builders, because in that moment, we said, forget it. We're going to set some even bigger, audacious goals for 2019. So fast forward to January 1st, when now we're in the hole, we got all these bad properties. And then what do we say we're going to do? We said that we was going to have 2 times as many properties and they was going to be rented. And we said we was going to complete 2 flips. We said we was going to do that in a year after we just had complete and massive destruction to all the things that it went horribly. And we said, oh man, this is a terrible thing. And so we was like ready to give up with it, or ready to consider walking away or selling, or do I need to slow down, or all these different things. And so big and audacious in that moment was something that we put out there that at the time felt like I have no idea how I'm gonna achieve it, but I believe on the inside that we're gonna be able to do. I don't know where the money's coming from, but we're gonna have the resources. We're gonna seek the connections. We're gonna seek the information to figure it out. We don't know how we're gonna get these properties done, but I'm gonna get some people. I'm gonna network until I find the right people. I'm gonna pray until Lord sends me the right people. I'm going to do some actions every single day to make this thing that's big and audacious, and I'm not going to stop until that thing comes to fruition. And so in 2019, when I tell you the thing that I started off with that was so impossible sounding, by the end of 2019 was no longer impossible. It was more than possible, because we was able to achieve those things in 2019. But it took keeping pushing forward through the fear of failure, through the fear of defeat, through the fear of the unknown, and just continuing to move forward. And now I look back at that 2019 goal and it's 2022, and that's such a small thing to me. Like, that goal now is such a small thing. And so remember that what makes this year's big and audacious is next year's extraordinarily small goal. And so it's mentally intimidating on ourselves when we look at things in the present tense. So now I want you to take your goal and take your mind forward, and then look at your goal in the past tense and say, this thing is already done. This is a small thing. Somebody put that in the chat. This is already done. This is a small thing. It's already done. This is a small thing. What I found is that there's not a lot of steps. You know, the steps are belief and then taking action. Believing it in your inner being, because when you have a belief, nothing can stop you. It doesn't matter how many people come to you and say that's crazy. It doesn't matter how much advice you get that is different than what you're walking in. You're going to keep going in it because you are fully convicted, and you know on the inside that that thing is real. And so I'm asking you right now, if you don't feel that way about the thing you put as your audacious goal, I want you to re-strategize. I want you to replan, and I want you to put it something in the atmosphere that you feel so strongly about that you unwaveringly know that that thing is going to be complete. And then, just like Dana said, you'll have your why behind it as well. And look for those whys to drive. What are those 1 or 2 things that you believe on the inside, no matter what, that you're going to be able to achieve? And that is the thing that you need to elevate and put some belief on it and put some massive action on it, and you will achieve it. I guarantee this is a time for us where we can get and do so many different things. But what I found for myself is I needed to change some affirmations in my life. And I can remember saying, I missed it. Man, I'm just lazy sometimes. Man, I don't see how they do it. Man, I just can't seem to get whatever it is that they getting. I don't know where they getting I don't know where this is. I just feel like, and I had to change all that. I just change it. It was like what I was saying is I, and oh, and singing all my problems to myself about all the things that went wrong and all the things that could go wrong and how everybody else has it better or somebody else knows more or somebody else this. And I just had to say, look, I can, I will, and I must. Y'all say it with me. I can, I will, and I must. I can, I will, I must. And if you don't have a personal affirmation for this year, I'm telling you, create one. And so I'm going to let you borrow mine, enjoy mazes for this year if you don't have one. But our affirmation, which I'm allowing you to take until you can come up with your own, something you can say over and over in your head that's going to help you to keep going, is I will prosper in all things, spirit, health, and wealth. I will prosper in all things, spirit, health, and wealth. A big, audacious goal being complete and you winning in every single thing you do in 2022 is all yours. But believing it, taking significant action, and then reminding yourself over and over again that you can do it, and leaning on the fact that there's nothing that can get in the way, because you will prosper in all things, spirit, health, and wealth. And I believe that for me, and I believe it you can too. Thank you, Master Builders. Appreciate y'all.
Fantastic, John. Fantastic. Listen, everybody. I want you to just pause for a moment, because I would go to our next guest, but I want you just to pause for a moment and consider some of the stuff that John just told you. I want you to just pause for a moment and just consider. He told you, he set a goal and then challenges came. See, this is where a lot of us get stuck right here. It's where a lot of us fall off the wagon, because as soon as we set our goal and we're all excited and then challenges come, I just want to let you know, like, get ready. Challenges are coming. But the beauty of challenges is that's all they are. They just a challenge. They're not a no. They're not saying you're not going to accomplish it. It's not that you're not going to do it. No, they're just saying that these are the challenges that you got to overcome to complete this goal. All right? It ain't nothing like school that you was in. Did you realize that when you walked into high school, they hit you with a 4-year saying you got 4 years of this to get actually get to your degree, or you got to get to your diploma. You go to college, there's 4 years in front of you. It's just a challenge. You're still going to do it. I'm telling you, every one of you this year, as you begin to work in your goals, challenges are coming. But it's okay. You're going to get past those challenges. I remember me and my wife, we had started our business 3 years ago. 3 years ago, we had our first home. And I remember everybody telling us, we were trying to get some advice, and everybody was telling us what to do. Just flip it. This house ain't worth much. Just flip it. Just get rid of it. It was like, hold on. I said, we had a different kind of goal. It was like, listen, we want to take this house and make it an Airbnb. And I remember everybody saying it won't work, won't work, won't work. Well, 2 years later, those same people was coming and saying, how you do that? Show me that. Listen, because last year's challenge is just this year's, look back and you'll be like, oh yeah, that's small. We already doing that. All right. I remember pandemic hit, and me and my wife was in our 3rd year of our transportation company, executive class transportation. And I remember we was all excited. Then the pandemic hit, shut us down. But guess what? 2 years later into the pandemic, we still here. We face challenges. You know how many businesses shut down and our little transportation company is still rolling? No, all you do is face the challenges. Don't give up. All right. I want to just challenge you all. Don't give up. All right. Now, I want to bring in the professor, Professor Sherrod Ledet. All right. He's going to come in. Those of you that know him know that he's a John Maxwell certified coach. He's an Eric Thomas certified coach. And I want to bring him in. I want him to give us some steps. All right. I want us to give us some steps that we need to actually achieve our big goal. I want him to maybe help us to take these goals and put them down into some bite-sized steps. All right. So won't y'all welcome the professor, Sherrod Ledette.
Master builders, listen, man, I'm over here trying to contain myself right now because there's been so much great information. I didn't flip my little part 15 times because between Chantel, between Dana, she came in and dropped it. Chantel, but I'm still amazed at all the information and what she dropped and how she's just been able to flourish because of being connected to master builders. And then, of course, you know, the I Can man, John Mays. I mean, what else can you say, right? Your big audacious goal, right? And I love what he said. He said, believe, right? He said, you have to believe it. And now here I come, going to have to try to give you some steps after coming after them great guys or great speakers. But here's the thing. It really starts with what John May said. Even Dana said it. It's all about what you believe. You got to believe in it. And if I could give my own personal testimony before I even jump into this, belief was a big struggle for me because I had to sit there and wonder if I was good enough, right? Setting goals are great, but if you don't believe that you can achieve it, it's just that. It's just going to be that idea that you have. It might be that thing that you write down. But if you don't believe in what it is that you're trying to do, it's going to be that much harder. I mean, that's the first obstacle that you got to get over, belief. Well, actually, the first obstacle is you, and then it's belief, right? You got to be able to believe until you believe yourself and believe in what it is you're trying to do. But the other thing, and here are the steps that I want to jump into that Dana kind of jumped onto was, and this is key, it's the questions. We got to be able to ask the right questions. And my challenge to you as you're putting your goals together, these big audacious goals, right? Because it's big, you got to ask yourself questions. Take the time. It's all about being able to ask quality questions. Now, I'm a C person, right? So I'm gonna bring in the disc a little bit. I'm gonna jump into my Eric Thomas and my John Maxwell, and I'm gonna talk about the disc assessment. I'm a C, right? What a C is, they are very analytical. They're systematic. They're perfectionists. I am a recovering perfectionist. I've realized over the past years that perfection won't get me to where I can't be perfect. I never will be perfect. But what I can be is consistent. So when we look about our goals and we talk about big, audacious goals, it's all about consistency, right? It's all about consistency, being able to be consistent and move forward, believing that I can achieve it. So asking the right questions. So the steps that I want to give you, and I'm gonna give you kind of two different frameworks to work from. But the first one is one that we all know, and it's this: it's the SMART goal. Okay, the SMART goal. And what a SMART goal is just that. It's a SMART goal. And here's the thing: the smarter, the better, the easier it is going to be to achieve your goal. Right? It's all about being able to achieve the goal. So the smarter, the better. And there's really one specific aspect of SMART goal that I really want to hammer into us today when we think about the steps. Because again, the goal is big and audacious, but the reality of it is, in order to achieve it, and every one of the speakers have already talked about it, it's all about the steps. Each one of them had a goal, but they followed a step. But here's what I want you to know and understand, especially when we think about SMART goals. You got to be specific. The specific aspect of the SMART goal is probably the most important part of setting your SMART goals, because it goes into you really looking at your goal, what you want to do, and then being very specific, detail-oriented about how you're going to achieve it. And what I also love about what Dana shared is, and which is one of my things, I thought she was in my notes, to be honest, is that, again, when we think about being specific, it's really coming up with a goal statement, right? Coming up with a goal statement. And she even broke it down. She even gave you a framework to use. And I encourage you to use that, because you need a statement. You need to know where you're going. So the first thing in the SMART goal is that is specific. Okay. Now the specific. Now I want to kind of break it down a little bit different. I want to give you characteristics of this entire SMART goal that I think is going to be very important. And just to give you a little bit of history, all right? So the SMART, there is a SMART way, right? This came back in 1981 by George Darwin, right? Or Darwin. And he was a consultant. And this is just a little history on what it means or how SMART goals came into play. So this is like over 40 something years old. Here's what I love. Again, being a C, it's all about systems. So what I know about SMART goals is, again, something only gets better over time, right? Fine line over time. This system, it works only if you work it. So over the past 40 years, it's been revamped. What I can tell you again, when you're trying to reach your big audacious goals, we have to be smart about it. All right, so being smart, specific, okay? Specific. Here it is. I want to break it down into some simple, very, very simple characteristics, right? So when we're setting these goals, I want us to ask ourselves some specific questions. And these are like the W questions, right? You know, the what, when, where, how. But here, the first one is who, right? When we think about our specific goal, when we think about our big audacious goal, and everybody even kind of talk to it, and it doesn't matter who you read, study, or whatever the case may be, the reality of it is they didn't get there by themselves. So when we think about being specific and even those steps to reaching those goals, who can help us? Who do we need to consider to get involved with us in order for us to achieve our goal? Because it's very important. It's not that we need to work by ourselves. It's not, we have to talk about our goals, and you never know who's waiting and who has a skill set or anything that you need in order for you to achieve it. So in being specific, first you want to know who. Ask the question of who, and then the what. Right? Think exactly what it is that you're looking to accomplish. Be specific. What is it that I'm looking to accomplish? And then, like John said, don't be afraid. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Go after it. Go after it. And then, so once we think about the who and then the what, then we got to think about when. And we're going to get more into that because, again, the SMART goals, again, specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. When we think about the when, it's all about the time. Right? So we got to ask ourselves the question, when do I want this? Right? Is it the first quarter? Is it the second quarter? Is it in 30 days, 60 days, 90 days? And again, I'm just in the specific aspect, because when you're this specific about how you want to achieve your big audacious goal, it's putting it into steps. So then you can get your small wins that is allow you to be consistent in achieving your goals. It's all about the steps. And then after we think about the who, the what, the when, it's like where. So even in the where, it's all about location or even positioning, right? So depending on what your goal is, if it's real estate, if it's getting your first house, if it's whatever that case, it may require where do I need to go? Where do I need to be? Because even the where could also align you with the who. Sometimes we think that we put these goals in place and then we stay where we're at. You can't stay in one space or one place and think that you're going to get to a goal that is over there. You have to move your feet. You have to identify specifically where you're going and then go after it relentlessly, unapologetically, authentically. Go after it. Be specific. Who, the what, the when, the where. And then even Michael Ford was talking about it, right? Sometimes obstacles get in our way. So then we have to ask ourselves, with the who, the what, the why, or the who, the what, the when, the where, it's like which challenge is going to come? Because the reality of it is anything that we try to go after, there will be a challenge. We have to prepare ourselves for it. And being specific and start asking these specific questions, guess what? You can almost even reveal the obstacles and the challenges that are going to come. Because now you're getting into the details, the specifics of how we're going to get to our goal. And then, of course, it's the last one, the most important. And I didn't start with this for a reason, because I think all the other questions before that will actually answer the last question for you. And it's the why. Why do you want to do it? What's the reason for the goal? Listen, one of my goals, even for me and my wife, Shanita, is that our family dynamic, it's all about helping people. We love people. We want to help people. Now, I've been doing this coaching thing pretty much all my life, but I've been doing it specifically for the past three years. But as I continue to grow and go after my passion, the more and more it's been bubbling up inside of me. So for 2022, one of our goals, right? Our affirmation, our word, I can tell you now, if you get a word, our word is build. It's all about building. Because if I can build it, right, then it becomes this tangible object. It's something that I go after. So again, being specific. Okay, so it's the who, the what, the when, the where, the which, and the why. Now, real quick, I want to try to run through these other aspects because there's another aspect I want to drop on you. So it's then we understand specific. Now it's measurable. Is it measurable? So here are the characteristics that I want you to take away. Right? What are the metrics? Right? How are we going to determine if we're meeting our goal? Right? And then from there, I want us to think about from the metrics. Is it tangible? Measuring something is all about our ability to touch something. See, when we think about our goals, it's an idea. And it's hard to hold on to an idea until we start putting some steps in place to where it can then become tangible. Because if I can reach the first step in my plan, guess what? I have achieved something. I can touch something. I now have a small win that I can now put and stake my belief in what it is that I'm trying to do and achieve. So you want to be able to measure it through your matrix, and which is going to make it tangible. Then you're going to be able to see what? Progress. It's all about progress. You want to be able to see that you're moving in the right direction because, again, to achieve the goal, you can't stay stagnant. You can't stay in the same place. And then what this creates is milestones, because milestones allow you to take a look back at where you were to see where you are going, to see where you are. So that's measuring it. Next, we're going to talk about achieving it. So is it achievable? Right? So first, being specific, asking those specific questions. Next, is it measurable? Right? Getting the metrics, making it tangible. What is the progression? Looking at our milestones. But is it achievable? With it being achievable, it's all about focus. I got to get focused. How important is this goal to you? Can I make it attainable? You get that through focus. Once you start measuring it, then you can start focusing because now it's tangible. Now you can touch it. You can feel it. You can see it. You can start believing in it differently. Then you got to look at what skills do I have? See, this is the one thing that we get caught up in when it comes to our goals and time to achieve them. Do we have the skill sets? What skill sets do I need to develop? What skill sets do I currently have? See, it's all about our resources. You are a resource. Again, I said specific being who? They are a resource. People are a resource. You may not have the skill, but if you start having the conversations, you might find someone who has the skill that you need in order to achieve your goal. I'm just saying. Then you have to change your attitude. To achieve something, you can't have an attitude of staying complacent. You can't have an attitude that I don't believe I can't achieve my goal. You can't have an attitude that is contradicting what it is that you're trying to achieve. So you have to change the attitude. You got to have a B attitude, right? You got to have a B attitude, have a positive attitude. Then it's all about motivation. Once you identify, you get focused, you have to identify the skill sets, you change your attitude, then you're motivated. Right? Now this is achievable. Now I'm going head first into it. I'm running. I may trip, I may fall, but that's okay because that might have been just a milestone that I tripped over, right? So it's all about the motivation, making sure that it's achievable, right? And then the tools and the skill sets. Again, looking at, okay, what ones do I need to develop? But again, what is it that I already have? See, when we talk about that, that's all about strategy. Yeah, it's strategy at that particular point, because then it's all about saying, okay, what skill sets and tools that I already have, and how do I reallocate them? That's what strategy is. It's just a reallocation of resources. Okay, now it's relevant, right? So we talked about being specific, asking those specific questions. Then with being measurable, looking at those, again, those metrics, those different milestones. And then achievable, right? Being focused, developing those skill sets. Now, is it relevant? And being relevant, does it make sense? Is it in alignment? What is the overall objective? Because relevance refers to focusing on something that makes sense? Does it make sense to do this? So here's an example. The example that I give you is this. Say you're looking to build a new product, right? And now this is kind of moving into alignment. What if you're looking to build a new product, and this product is all about launching a new aspect for a consumer? Now, this is going to kind of jump into business a little bit, but again, personal or business, it doesn't matter. But here it is. If you're looking to launch a consumer product, but you're in a business that is business to business, then that's not in alignment, because it has nothing to do with the specific consumer. It has everything to do with your ability to align what you're trying to develop for the business. So it's business to business, not business to consumer. So you have to be in alignment. Same thing goes for our big audacious goals, right? We got to be able to see and know specifically what we're doing, how we're getting there, and then align it. And then the last part is the time bound, right? Timely, okay? Realistic, timely, target date, goal deadline. Man, look, we can have all the goals in the world, but if we don't set realistic time constraints in place, then what we're going to do is we're going to be wandering, right? We're going to be like the Israelites just wandering for 40 years, trying to figure out how we're going to get to our goal if we don't set a time in place. Time puts you in, it gets you more focused, more established, even at identifying the other aspects of the SMART goal. It gives you target dates. It gives you goal deadlines. It's going to allow you to get deliverables. Again, we're going back to now the measuring aspect. When we provide time constraints, what happens is we put a sense of urgency on what it is that we're trying to achieve. Now, here's the last part about the SMART goals, and then I'm going to jump on something else because I probably know I'm running out of time, but this is so good, and y'all just got me hyped up about it. Here's the last aspect I'm going to leave you with the SMART goals. And it's kind of a question. So what's the easiest way to write a SMART goal? Right? So when we talk about SMART goals, and what I've been trying to get you guys to see and understand is this. It's all about asking the right questions. The easiest way to write a SMART goal is to ask the right questions. Don't sugarcoat the answers. Don't be like, oh, well, no, be specific. Get in the mirror. Look at yourself. John Maxwell talks about there's a law of trade-off. What's the law of trade-off? What are you going to give up in order to achieve what it is you're trying? Because look, you can't continue to stay the same way and then expect to get a different result. That's insanity. We have to make the changes. So the easiest way to set SMART goals, ask the questions, right? Fine-tune your strategy to ensure that you're actually going to achieve your goal. And look, this is the last aspect because John, he was killing it, and he made me think about this. So one of the different things, and this is just kind of and this is going to hold me accountable, right? So this is going to hold me accountable because one of my goals this year is to finish a book that I'm writing. And here's the book. And it's all about building success. Okay. And it's called building the wall of success. Again, me being a high C, it's all about systems. That's why I like SMART goals, because it's a system. It's a framework. But here's another system that I created when I thought about building a wall. Building a wall, you have to identify specifically, one, the materials that you need in order to build the wall. Now, depending on the wall that you're trying to build and the purpose of the wall depends on the material that you're going to use. Most cases, most building or architectures or whatever the case may be, when they build something, they use bricks. Now, y'all might have heard me talk about this, but you didn't hear me talk about it like this. It's bricks. And again, it's so relevant now because me and my wife, our family, we're building. So I need to make sure that I'm using the right material. So we're using bricks. What does bricks stand for? Number one, belief. We got to believe in what we're doing. And then two, the R, we got to be resilient. It doesn't matter what the challenge is. It doesn't matter what the obstacle is. We got to be resilient. We got to be able to pick ourselves up and keep going. So we have to believe, we got to be resilient, and then we got to be intentional. We ain't just making decisions just to make decisions. We're making decisions with intentionality because we're going somewhere. We have big, audacious goals. So we have belief, we have resilience, we have intentionality, and then we're going to be consistent. We ain't going to just go in just any kind of way. We're going to be consistent. We're going to execute every day. Even if it's small execution, small wins, a win is a win. So belief, resilience, intentionality, consistency. And then guess what? The K, knowledge, baby. You need knowledge. The skill set. If you don't have the information, go get it. We're in a day and age where information is always there. Pick up your phone, get on Google. Google give you the information. Google, right? It's right next to the Bible. But the Bible's first, right? Belief, resilience, intentionality, consistency, knowledge, and then the S, systems. You know, I'm a systems guy. Got to have a system. SMART goals, it's a system. Bricks, it's a system, right? But the most important thing when you're building something, and we all been talking about it, you can't get away from it, is having a cornerstone. See, the cornerstone aligns, it's the first building block that you align everything off of. Guess what my cornerstone is? Jesus. Guess what my cornerstone is? My Heavenly Father. Because here's the reality. What I want is what I want, but what he has for me is what he has for me. So I got to align myself with him. So he's going to be the first brick that I lay because he's the cornerstone. The cornerstone is the most important aspect of anything that you build. So master builders, as we continue to go through 2022, going after our big audacious goals, trying to identify and get connected and align ourselves to achieve this thing. Look, let's be specific. Let's make sure it's measurable. Let's make sure it's attainable. Make sure it's realistic, relevant, or making sure it's timely. And then as you build this year, make sure you have the belief, the resilience, the intentionality, the consistency, the knowledge, and the systems to achieve what it is you're looking to achieve this year when it comes to your big audacious goal. Hey, look, this is your professor, and I yield the mic.
Wow, Professor bringing that heat. The professor's bringing that heat. Man, listen, I hope y'all, somebody throw some love in the chat right there. Man, listen, I'm excited. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for what God's going to do in your life. All right. I'm just thrilled that you are on here, that you took the time at 8:30 in the morning. Some of us around the country is earlier than that. Some of us, it was 7:30 in the morning. I see some folk in here from Chicago. Listen, I'm telling you, you can do it this year. And Master Builders Academy, we're here to help you. To all of those that are members of Master Builders Academy, let me just tell you, I know somebody was like, hey, what about that PowerPoint? Listen, we'll email the PowerPoint to you. All the members, we're going to email those PowerPoints to you. And I want everybody, one of the things that Professor said was, what are you willing to give up to achieve your goal? What are you willing to give up? And I've been saying this for a long time. Like, you're going to have to rearrange your life in order to get your goals accomplished. All right. Sometimes we're spending time in stuff that don't bless us. We're spending time in stuff that are actually hindrances to us achieving our goals. So what are you willing to give up? That time that you spend on Facebook, running through the stuff, you know, the time you spend on IG, like the times you hanging out with your buddies, spending money, like what you willing to give up? All right. You keep talking about, I ain't got no money. Change it. You have money. You just been spending it on other stuff. What are you willing to give up to achieve those goals? All right. So I want to also give you a little homework before we bring Bridget. She's going to give you one more tidbit. But let me just tell you, for all those that are members of Master Builders Academy, remember, we have our mastermind meeting. The mastermind meeting is meant for you to get individual help. All right, for you to be able to ask your questions specifically about the things that you're working on. All right, so I want to make sure that you understand that. That's on Wednesdays at 9 o'clock Eastern, twice a month. All right, for all of our members. And I want to just make sure that you know your homework for next Wednesday's meeting. All right, those of you that are members, I want you this coming week, I want you to bring one goal, your big audacious goal, that one goal. And I want you to think about, go through these SMART goals, start laying this out. But then I want you to bring to us Like, what are the challenges? All right. What are the challenges that you're going to face that you feel like, hey, these are some of the challenges that I have to get over? And we're going to help you work through those challenges. All right. We're going to help you work through those challenges. So I want you to make sure that's your homework for next week. You're going to get your SMART goal. You're going to take that one audacious goal, and then you're going to break it down. Don't come and do your homework while you're on the mastermind call. Get your work done. All right. And then bring it to the mastermind call. We're going to make sure that you have time to tell us what your challenges are so we can work through those challenges. All right. Our last speaker, man, is a superstar. Our last speaker is a superstar. Bridget Johnson. She's the owner of Creatively Invented LLC. I want her to talk about, just give you one more tool. Professor gave you the SMART Goal tool. I want her to give you one more tool that may be helpful. Sometimes some people need different things. And so I want to give you another tool to help you work through your goal. She's going to talk about storming your goals. And so I want you to receive what I call the superstar, Miss Bridget Johnson.
Wasn't that a phenomenal? This forum has been highly powerful. Speakers have been highly engaging, and I am so excited for your future. I'm excited about your future. I'm excited about my future. I'm excited about my grandchildren's future. I'm excited about everybody's future. And so today, I'm just talking about goal storming, and we have a little template that we're going to give you. And this is just a template to help you take small incremental steps into starting that big SMART goal, a template that he just introduced. This is something that you, instead of, well, you can compare it to brainstorming. So you're going to goal storm. You're going to make a list. Make a list of every and anything you can think of. Make a list of your bucket list of any and everything you wanted to do in life, or anything that you're skillful in, anything that you desire to do. You're going to write it down on a list. And you know, Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, verse 2 says, write the vision and make it plain, that he who reads it may run. So when you write something down, it helps you to run with it specifically. And so we're going to give you 5 steps in this goal storming process, to where you just begin to write down all kind of ideals, because sometimes you can get stuck with just thinking, I want to do this. But once you begin to write and once you begin to dream, you begin to goal storm, and then before you know it, you have a whole list. And so that helps you with your goals, and it also helps you with your dreams. And so, you know, the top leaders, the thought leaders, the entrepreneurs, the business women and men that are usually successful, they master the art of goal setting. And so in the approach with it, the excitement, the anticipation, and a positive attitude is what most of the attributes that they have. And so without this, without the motivation, without the positive attitude and anticipation, you're not going to make it into your next goal. So these 5 steps are going to help you take little bitty small steps until you reach your dream. And so, and this is where using these type of tools helps you to become very intentional. And really, this is a repeat of every great thing that has been said, but it helps you take small incremental steps until you can see the big picture. And so step 1 is going to be your who. And this is just a template where you can just get started before you start in the bigger SMART goals. And you're going to talk about the who as number 1. The step 2, you're going to talk about the when. When are you going to accomplish this goal? And the third one is going to be how are you going to do it? And it just gives you 4 lines, and you can write it down. Like I said, you want to begin to write down everything. You want to begin to hang things up. You want to begin to put things on your refrigerator, on your wall, in your car, wherever you may be. Sometimes I take my vision board in the car, and my husband, he laughs, but I take my vision board in the car wherever I go so I can look at it. Because when you begin to look at it and it gets in your spirit, it becomes a part of you. And so step 3 is your how in this goal storming process. Okay, number 4 is going to be your why.
Why do you want to achieve this goal? Like Dr. Sherrod said, why do you want to do it? That's going to be a big part. Do I want to retire my family? Do I want to make more money this year? What is my ultimate goal? Do I want to buy property? And I had to sit down and do that because I've purchased 2 properties myself on my way to other properties that I'm going to have 2 other businesses in. And I had to sit down and I had to find out my why. Why do I want to do this? Because one, I know that I was born to impact children and families. And I know I was born to work in that capacity. So I'm going to expand my vision even more because I know my why. I know why I was born. I know my purpose. And so, and step 5 is your what. What end result do you want to achieve? And remember, this is what will keep you motivated when you know your what, and what makes this goal so important to you. And so, you know what? When you finish this goal storming template, and like you said, and just let us know that you finished it and you finished the other homework that he presented, because both of these are going to be in the chat. I'm going to give you a certificate, and it's going to say You Inc. You're going to earn your PhD today if you start on your goals. You know why you're going to earn your PhD? You're going to have a P, and that's going to be persistence. Your H is going to be your hungriness. Your D is going to be your determinedness in goal setting. So today, if you start on your goals, you're going to earn your PhD because you're going to be persistent, hungry, determined. And that's all. And have a blessed weekend.
Fantastic, Bridget. I think I'm going to earn my PhD. I didn't know I could do it like that. I'm going to earn my PhD. Thank you, Bridget. Listen, so we're closing out now, but I just want to make sure that you all help us, help Master Builders Academy, help others. If you would, make sure that you take the time to share this with your family members. It'd be great for you to be able to bring them along with you. Share this with your friends. Bridget made mention of something. One, again, you'll find those that are members of Master Builders Academy, trust me, we'll send you this that form that she just presented. We'll send that out to you. Again, during our mastermind meeting, we're going to break down what your challenges. All right, we're going to see if we can't help you work through some of the challenges. I think if you be watchful, we're going to send you an email leading up to that meeting, and we'd like for you to respond back to that and tell us what your goal is, so that we may take time to, depending on how many people is going to be joining us, we'll take time to break us up into groups so that we can identify what specific bucket we need to, the person that we need to make sure that you're with, so that you can really get some good help in your working through your challenges. I want to bring Master Builders Academy board member, Miss Andrea Ford. I'm gonna have her come. I want her to tell you how you can become a member, how you can become part of this this tremendous opportunity for you to grow your business, grow your thought, grow who you are. I want to say to everybody that's been a part of Master Builders Academy, listen to them. Go ask them. Ask them about how far they've come. And I'm going to tell you, each person that you talk to is going to have their own story about how they've grown since they've been a part of this. All right. So I want Andrea, bring her in now. I want to say welcome to everybody. Thank you to everybody that was joining us. Andrea, close us out, please. Thank you.
Good morning, Master Builders. I feel like giving this forum a standing ovation. This has been just awesome. What a great way to start off 2022. Thank you for joining us this morning for Master Builders Forum number 1. It's been so wonderful and so great. We are working towards setting our big, audacious goal. And if you haven't already decided what that is, keep moving towards that. Go back, watch it again. Remember the things that you learned today and get those goals in motion. And now, as we just heard, go ahead and share If you're on Facebook or YouTube, either one, go ahead and share right now while you're thinking about it so that you can have your friends and your family join in so we can all grow together. That's what we're doing here at Master Builders Academy. We're all growing together. And now I just want to give you an opportunity to become a member of Master Builders Academy and to go through some of our membership levels for this year. So first we have our platinum member. Our platinum membership level is $1,000 a year. And with that, you get curriculum that will be updated regularly. You'll be able to have mentorship, coaching in business, finances, and real estate. Master Builders regularly scheduled forums that meet twice a month. You can come to those. And our mastermind session. I know Michael mentioned this a little bit, but I don't know how to stress this enough. Masterminds has been awesome. Like, it's on another level for Master Builders Academy. When we come into that session, you're bringing your ideas, like you have some thoughts, or I think I want to do this, or this was on my mind, and somebody there will just help you bring that idea out or add a little bit to it, where you leave saying, yes, that's what I need to do. This is where I'm going now. This is the next step I'm taking. It has just been awesome. And I know it's just going to be even greater in 2022. You're also invited to our open board member meetings that meet once a month. You have access to our library that has all of our forums, PowerPoints, handouts. You can have access to those. You have the ability to bring a guest to our meetings, and also invited to our annual MBA events. You have the ability to promote and market your business through Master Builders Academy. And this right here is something that's going to be great. So you can send a video, a promotional video of your business, and Master Builders will promote that for you. Awesome. So you can send in something, not just you sending an advertisement, or not just a flyer to say this is what I do, not just a business card, but if you're a platinum member, you get a video, a commercial of your business that Master Builders will promote for you. That is amazing. And then also you'll have merchandise access. So anything that Master Builders puts out, any of our merchandise, you'll be able to access that. Our gold membership is $500 a year, and that includes our curriculum that is updated regularly. You'll be able to access group coaching, where you can also get help within your business. Master Builders regular scheduled forums twice a month, masterminds twice a month, access to our library, bring a person to the meeting, attend our annual MBA event, and then business promotion. So not the video like the platinum members, but you'll still be able to advertise your business a little. And then you'll also have merchandise access. Our silver membership is $250 a year, and you will have Master Builders regular scheduled forums, excuse me, that you'll be able to attend twice a month, masterminds twice a month, access to library, the ability to bring a person to the meetings, attend our annual MBA event, and have access to MBA merchandise as well. Now, our students are very important to us. Now, this is for students up to 25 years old. So if you're 25, you're still included, but you must be currently enrolled in school. Master Builders has done wonders for our students. As we are, a little bit older. I mean, I'm still young, but I'm older than 25. So we'll say it like that. So learning these things now, I'm able to move forward and put things in motion and do some things. But for our younger generation that are able to not only go to school where they are in their institution now, but also attend Master Builders and merge those two together, they are doing some powerful things. So we encourage our students to also join and be a part of Master Builders Academy. And theirs is $50 a year. And we will allow them to attend our board meetings. They can come to our regular scheduled forums twice a month, masterminds as well. They can have access to the library, bring someone with them, and attend our MBA annual event. So if you would like to be a part of Master Builders Academy, you have all of those. You can always go back, relook at this to find out which one you like to be a part of, which level, and then send an email to Master Builders Academy MBA@gmail.com. Again, that's Master Builders Academy MBA@gmail.com. Or you can go to our website. Go to our website, masterbuildersacademy.org, and just scroll down to where it says Let's Go. Click that button and you'll be able to sign up for our membership. All right, now we're going to end just as we began. Thank you all for joining, and let us end in prayer. Lord God, we just thank you for allowing us to come together once again. Thank you for allowing Master Builders Academy to start up again in 2022. We thank you for how it's helped so many people not only start their goals, but accomplish so many. God, and we just pray that you would just help us remember our big, audacious goals. Help us move towards that goal. And like Dana said, let us get some things accomplished in the first quarter. Let us not wait till the end of the year to hurry up and finish our goals. Let us get started early so then we can start another big audacious goal. So we just thank you in advance. And we know that things don't work like they used to. We've been going through this global pandemic and things are working a little bit differently, but help us use it to our advantage. Give us new ideas and plans and strategies that help us work through the systems that we have going on in our world right now. And Lord, we just pray that you would watch over us, watch over our families, and help us continue to strive and put forth massive action. We thank you, Lord God, and we bless you for it. We pray, oh God, that you would bring us back again to our next Master Builder session. Keep us safe. In Jesus' name we pray. God bless you all. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you next time at our Master Builders Forum. And for all members, we'll see you Wednesday. God bless you. Bye-bye.